Welcome back to the Global Local Top Tips, and today, Christmas mince pies. A couple of weeks back, we made our fruit mince and it's been resting in the fridge and it's looking pretty good. Today, I'm going to show you a sweet crust pastry to go along with it. We're going to assemble them, bake them, and then I'm going to eat them. Let's get stuck in. So to start off with our sweet crust pastry, and this can be used for so many different dishes, for any sweet tarts. It's a really good recipe to know. We've got a plain flour in here, and what we're going to do, we're going to rub in some butter, really nice soft butter. You can do this in the mixer, but it's really important with this one that you don't over mix it or overwork it. So it's always better the first couple of times you do it to do it by hand, so you have a feel of what it should be like. So you're just rubbing it to a breadcrumb consistency and just making sure any of them little lumps of butter are removed. To that, I'm going to add my sugar. Just gently, just rubbing that in. To that, I want to add in 2 egg yolks. Then, a little bit at a time, some ice cold water. So for a amount this size, which I'll put all the ingredients in the description below, I'll put in about 4 to 5 tablespoons of cold water. And again, you're just bringing it all together, you're breaking up that egg. And you're always better off putting a little bit of the water in at each time, so it doesn't become too wet. Looks about right. Back in with your hands again, and you're just bringing it together. And this is where it's really important to know when to stop. I'm not kneading it by any means, I'm just bringing it together. And when it comes together, I'm going to stop. Wrap it in Glad wrap, put it in the fridge for 20 minutes. So my dough has had 20 minutes to rest. Let's take it out and put a little bit of flour on the table, and we're just going to bring it into shape again, just to warm up that butter just a little bit. And we're just going to roll it out. You can make this recipe even richer by adding in more butter, and it'll taste really, really good. It'll be extremely hard to work with though, so just keep in mind your skill level or your patience with it. You do need a relatively cold space to work in, and you need to have the patience, because if it is very, very rich and it has a lot of butter, it will become very, very brittle. So just rolling it out. And you don't want it super, super thick, because you want to get some fruit mince into that tin as well. And I've really helped myself out today by forgetting my cutters, so I'm going to have to improvise and use whatever cutters I have around me. Alrighty, so for my large cutter, I'm going to use a bowl, and I'm just going to press it in, and then I'm more than likely going to have to cut around it, which is okay. Being very, very gentle with it. I'm just setting it up here for a second. Now I've got my tin here and I've just greased it with some spray oil, and I'm just going to gently just push these in and then push them up along the side. There's such a huge difference in making your own mince pies and buying them in the store. The quality of what you get when you make it at home is so much better. The pastry, the fruit mince that has been resting for 4 or 5 weeks now, just makes all the difference. And do you know what? They make a great Christmas gift. You can get some really nice packaging out there at the moment. You can package 6 to 12 up and just give them as gifts, and a lot of people have had a hard year this year, so it might be a good idea. So with the tops, there's so much you can do. You can have a little star on there so you don't have to cover up all the mince, which I quite like because you can actually see what's inside. Or you can have a little disc, but it doesn't need to be sealed because you're not really stopping anything from getting out. It's not like it's a meat pie and you're stopping the gravy from getting out. There will be some juices and sugars there, but I think it looks really good actually when it just comes out around the sides. So just a little bit more flour. Get this back out again. And this mix will do 12 pies. Now for my cutter for the top, again it's going to be smaller. Just gently lift them to one side. And this is a really good example that you don't need the top-notch equipment to cook really, really good food. You can improvise and use what you have at hand. So we'll just roll this up, and we'll save it for later on, and we'll get on to our filling. So we can make this in advance, this pastry, and we can put it in the fridge, and it lasts 3-4 days. We could even freeze it if we wanted to. So what I have here is my bases, and this is my fruit mince, and I've made this many, many weeks ago, and that's in a previous video, and I'll put the link down below. And this is just great. I can smell the juice, I can smell the brandy and the brown sugar. It's going to be really, really, really good. I want to get a little cherry into each one if I can. And don't overfill them. About 3/4 of the way up. You don't want to pack it in there. Give it room for that sugar and fruit to caramelize. If you didn't get time many weeks ago to make your mince pies when we did, you can always make it right now. I just add in a little bit more brandy just to get the flavors going. Now straight on with the little disc on top, and I'm just going to push it down just until it hits the sides. Push the corners in a little bit. And I'm not going to even egg wash these because I'm going to dust them with ice and sugar. I'm going to put them in the oven for 20 minutes at 180 though, and they are going to be spot on. Now our mince pies are out of the oven and they've just browned up nicely. I'm just going to give them a little shake of icing powder or icing sugar. Now I'm going to lift them out. So when you take them out of the oven, let them rest for at least 10 or 15 minutes, just so they can come away from the side of the tin. Otherwise, there's a risk that you'll break them or they'll stick. And be mindful, if you do break one of them, the inside of that pie is going to be like lava, and you are going to know about it if it touches your skin. So there you have it, my best recipe for mince pies. If you enjoy our videos and you'd like to support us in the future, please consider joining our Patreon group. There's some awesome extras, Q&A sessions, our upcoming cookbooks, and some unseen videos. Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment down below any videos you'd like to see in the future. Hit that like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon. And we'll see you soon.